गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स, स्टडी विद पाला इंजीनियरिंग एंड जनरल जियोलॉजी परवीन सिंह। तो हम चैप्टर 14 में मेटामॉर्फिक रॉक के विषय में पढ़ रहे हैं और इसमें सेडिमेंट्री रॉक का क्या रोल है उसके विषय में भी दिया हुआ है। तो सेडिमेंट्री रॉक स्टार्ट reading. Argillaceous rocks. These are extremely fine-grained sedimentary rocks made up of fine particles of clay, feldspar, quartz, and micas, clays, and cells. Cells and are typical example of this group. So, contact metamorphism of cells lead to the formation of new minerals in them, like corundum, rutiles, and lucite, and corderites. It's though through the process of recrystallization, the resulting rocks are classed under the group's name of hornfels. Under the condition of telic metamorphism, the shell simply get indurated. Indurated backed without much recrystallization and change in an exceedingly hard rocks called hornstones. When the cells are highly siliceous in nature, so these are completely recrystallized into a very hard metamorphic rock called novaculite. Under dynamic metamorphism, cells behaves differently as stress factors in dominating not much new minerals formations take place. The original constituents however rearrange themselves in such a way that a perfect orientation is introduced into the rocks in which the maximum medial and minimum diameters of the constituents grains all lie in parallel position. This types of perfect parallelism at the grains axis levels result in a typical slaty cleavage. When cells develop such a cleavage due to intense pressures and good amount of heating, they result into a new rock types called slate. Once subjected to dynamothermal regional metamorphism, the change in cells proceed a steps or two ahead of the later stage. There is new minerals formation as well. The resulting rocks becomes coarsely crystalline. The effect of recrystallizations becomes pronounced with the formations of micas, in addition to growth of crystals of garnet, sterolites, and andalusites and other minerals. These rocks with pronounced through a rough parallelism of flaky and plateous minerals in called cyst. The structures being known as cystose and the new properties is called cystosity. At an intermediate stage between cyst and the slate, the metamorphosed cell is known as a phyllite. This rock is characterized by a good amount of micaceous minerals and which may not be coarsely crystallized as in cyst. Arenaceous rocks, these are sedimentary rock composed chiefly of siliceous grains ranging between 2 mm and 1 by 4 16 mm in diameter. Sandstone is a common example of an arenaceous rock when subjected to conditions of contact metamorphism. Sandstones generally recrystallize into a new rock called quartzite and paraquartzite. To distinguish it from sedimentary rock of similar composition, which is called orthoquartzite. Metamorphism of impure sandstones like those containing argillaceous or calcareous cement result in schistose granite and other schistose rock. Under dynamic metamorphism, sandstone are either deformed or crushed depending upon the quality of the rocks and the magnitudes of the stress. The resulting rock may be crushed breccia or microbracias or a myelonite. Carbonate rocks, metamorphism of limestones and others. Carbonate rock is of considerable importance and interest. Three broad conclusions may be drawn from the cases so far studied. First, when pure limestone simply recrystallize under conditions of contact metamorphism without any new minerals formation but with a definite change in the grain size to granular textures, the perfectly recrystallized granular metamorphic equivalent of limestone is to cell so well known rock marble. Pure limestones contact metamorphism marble. Second, when the limestone is impure, recrystallizations may involve the formation of many new minerals in the resulting rock depending upon the nature of the impurities and also the temperature and pressure condition. The underlying principle is all such chemical change is that calcium oxide CO is formed at the first steps from dissociations of calcium carbonate due to heat. Calcium oxide is formed at the first step from dissociation of calcium carbonate due to heat factors. The calcium oxide so formed reacts with the impurities in the second steps, whereby many new minerals may be formed. Thus, when limestone contains silica as the sole impurity, impurities are new minerals called wollastonite calcium. Calcium silicates may result as a metamorphic product. However, when aluminous Al2O3 formula जो है magnesium and magnesium oxide are present as impurities, minerals like anorthites and amphiboles respectively may be the end product due to recrystallization following chemical reactions may show these change. सो ये इम्पॉर्टेंट है केमिकल फार्मूला, आप इसको विद राइटिंग के साथ प्रैक्टिस करिएगा. कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट कैल्साइट CO3 प्लस SiO2 विद राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस सिलिका इज इक्वल टू क्रिएट करती है वोलेस्टोनाइट CaSiO3 प्लस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के मॉलिक्यूल्स एंड कैल्साइट CaCO3 प्लस Al2O3 2SiO2 2H2O kaolin and CaL2Si2O6 anorthite plus 2H2O plus carbon dioxide. Third, when limestone is originally dolomite. Limestone is originally dolomitic in composition. Metamorphic change of different varieties may take place depending upon the type of the impurities present in the dolomite. This process of breaking down of dolomite accompanied by reconstitutions of calcite is known as de-dolomitizations. Compares dolomitizations. The change involved in the process are expressed by the following equations: CaMgCO3 whole twice dolomite metamorphism and CaCO3 calcite magnesium oxide periclase carbon dioxide 2 CaMg calcium magnesium carbonate whole twice dolomite SiO2 silica metamorphism 2 CaCO3 से calcium carbonate phosphorite MgSiO4 and plus 2 CO2. तो मेटामॉर्फिक अपग्रेड जोन्स एंड फेसेस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. खैर इसमें हर टॉपिक इंपॉर्टेंट ही है परवीन सिंह में, चूंकि बेसिक बुक है. मेटामॉर्फिक ग्रेड्स क्या होते हैं? The approximate extent or degree qualitatives speaking to which an original rock has been changed due to metamorphism is expressed by the terms metamorphic grade. Three terms are used to express the grade: low grade, medium grade and high grade. ये तो टेम्परेचर पे ना कि किस ग्रेड पे कौन सी रॉक बन रही है उसी के हिसाब से है डिवाइड किया है. These grades are indicated by the presence of a set of minerals that are called the index mineral. These minerals are stable only within the temperature pressure range or considered characteristic of that particular grade, and main features within the temperature pressure range considered characteristics of that particular grade. Main features of these three grades are broadly summarized as follows. The low grade, it prevails within a temperature range 200 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees Celsius and a large pressure range. Importance index minerals are lumonites, phrenite and lawsonites. Medium grades, this grades prevails up to a temperature range 650 degrees Celsius and is indicated by the index minerals like sterolites, cordierite and pressure variations play an important role in determining the stability of various minerals formed in this grade. High grade, it is believed to be given at temperature around 580 degrees Celsius under pressure of 3.5 kilobyte, and continues up to temperature of 800 degrees Celsius and above. A typical example indicative of high grade metamorphism is provided by the breakdown of muscovite micas is in the presence of quartz and plagioclase. Hypersthene is a typical index minerals of high grade metamorphism, and granulites are the common resulting metamorphic rocks. Isogrades, it is defined as a line on a geological map of metamorphic rocks joining the points of a same grade of metamorphism as indicated by the presence of same types of index mineral. This concept has been found very convenient in tracing the progress of metamorphism in the given region. In practice, an assemblage of index minerals rather than individual minerals is used for drawings in isograde. Another term, iso reactions grade, is sometimes used when similar reactions are indicated by minerals assemblage at a different place in a metamorphosed area are clearly understood. Thank you. Please give positive response. Thank you.